We're going to have a couple of questions before lunch, and I think I'd like to start out and ask if anyone in the audience would like to start off the question and answer. And I think we're only going to have 2 or 3 questions. Can you give a mic to that gentleman here? Thanks.
Sir, Dr. Jenner, thank you very much. Very impressive. My name is Chris Roselle. I work with Rotarians in Uganda. What do you estimate the annual cost of treating malaria is? You gave us the annual cost of vaccines, et cetera, but all the annual costs I've seen are at least $4.3 billion treating malaria.
Is this on?
Yeah.
Yep, you're quite right. I was giving a figure for the annual cost of preventing just with vaccines, which is billions as well. So yes, the numbers are bigger, and you'll get that 5 or 10 or whatever billion it is back as well. But you know, the case for accelerating development of new tools and testing them is very, very strong financially, as well as obviously in a humanitarian sense.
Carol Nelson from Minnesota in the U.S. Can you tell us if the schedule for these vaccines will be simpler than the current schedule for particularly RTS S, which we're using in Sierra Leone? It's a very challenging schedule, and that impedes a lot of people from getting it.
Yes, great question. We use the same schedule as RTS. We give 3 doses to the children at month 0, 1, and 2, and then come back with a booster dose. What we're looking at the moment is 2 doses to prime, as we say, 0 and 1, and then coming back a year later. The boost definitely helps. You probably get slightly less efficacy with 2 doses than 3, but I'm guessing because we haven't done those trials yet. It would be great to have 3 doses. There's lots of interest in rescheduling EPI at the moment. So rather than having to go in at 5 and 6 months as we do at the moment, and month 7, Gates, for example, are interested in maybe 3, 6, and 9 months, which I think would be better for malaria, probably better, possibly better for other vaccinations as well. So watch this space. I think a lot is happening in terms of scheduling. And yes, I think you can get down to 3 doses probably, but not easily down to 1 in a booster. And remember, the first year of life is when you really want to protect children, and their death rates are highest.
Bill Hammond from Seattle. Question, what is the status of development of vaccines that affect vivax and ovale, which are major issues elsewhere and not as fatal? It's sort of a problem, and we don't hear much about that. Thank you.
Yeah, if I got, no, I don't know. How many times did we write a vivax vaccine and the reviewers said, look, great idea, but work out how to do it for falciparum and then we'll have a look at vivax. But the good news is there are 2 vivax vaccines just from our institute, the Jenner Institute, over at the Serum Institute of India at the moment being manufactured and compared. It is going to happen. There are trial sites in Indonesia that are very interested in taking forward this vaccine and looking at efficacy. It's an antisporozoite homologue of R21, and there are others coming along from the blood stage from Chetan Chitnis's lab, for example, as well. But you know, if you think funding is bad for malaria, try getting grants for vivax malaria. But it's going to happen, I think.
Well, it's time for lunch. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful morning. Thank our speakers and all of you for listening attentively and the questions.
I've got a couple of announcements. One is remember that we have a survey we'd love you to fill out. There'll be a QR code up here at lunchtime. So if you could scan that and over the course of the afternoon or the end of the day, fill that out, that would be great. The data goes online to we collect it. And then also remember there are 3 questions that Dan referenced. The questions will be on your table, and just talk amongst yourselves and write down some of the key findings that you had while you were going through discussions. We'll reconvene after lunch at 1:15. Thank you.